You are standing at gate 42, trying to buy a bottle of water. You hand the cashier $9. You take the bottle, sit down, and try to plug your phone into the charging port beneath your seat. It is broken. In your normal, everyday life, a $9 bottle of water is an annoying markup, and a broken electrical outlet is a minor inconvenience. But right now, in the terminal, you feel a hot wave of pure, concentrated rage. You want to throw your luggage at the wall, scream at the gate agent, and cancel your trip. Why does this happen? Why do airports turn rational adults into ticking emotional time bombs, making small, everyday problems feel like absolute catastrophes? It is easy to assume that travel just makes us cranky, but the reality is far more calculated. Airports don't make people irrational. They place them in one of the few everyday environments where tiny mistakes have unusually large consequences, and where your personal control is systematically reduced to zero. To understand why your patience evaporates the moment you step inside the terminal, we have to look at the unique sociology of transit. In 1992, French anthropologist Marc Augé coined the term non-place to describe spaces of transit, like airports, hotel lobbies, and supermarkets, that lack personal identity, history, or a sense of community. A non-place is a sterile, anonymous zone. Because there is no cultural anchor to connect you to the space, you feel a subconscious sense of isolation and vulnerability. And then the airport begins to systematically strip you of your adult agency. In psychology, the concept of the locus of control describes how much agency you believe you have over your life. When you have an internal locus of control, you feel in charge. But the moment you walk through the airport doors, your locus of control shifts entirely external. You are subjected to what psychologists call systematic regression, or infantilization. You are told exactly where to stand, when to sit, what to take off, what to put in a plastic tray, and what to declare. You are scanned, searched, and watched by security cameras. You cannot choose your own speed. You are entirely dependent on the line in front of you. When your brain experiences a total loss of control, your amygdala, the threat detector in your brain, enters a state of low-level survival vigilance. You are on alert. In this state, your cognitive threshold for frustration drops to near zero. Because your brain is already processing a background threat response, a cold sandwich or a dead charging port is no longer just a minor annoyance. It is registered by your nervous system as a direct insult, triggering a disproportionate, defensive reaction. And this state of threat is actively amplified by the most stressful part of the journey, the security checkpoint. Security checkpoints are often criticized as a prime example of security theater, a term coined by security expert Bruce Schneier to describe visible, performative safety measures that create the illusion of safety rather than actual security. Taking off your belt, placing your shoes in a plastic tub, and throwing away your shampoo are highly visible actions that make passengers feel like something is being done, even if their actual effectiveness is highly debated in professional circles. But this performative theater has a tragic, documented cost. A landmark study by researchers at Cornell University analyzed the unintended consequences of post-9/11 airport security. They discovered that the stress, delays, and hassle of TSA screenings caused a significant number of travelers to reject flying and choose to drive to their destinations instead. Because driving a car is statistically far more dangerous than commercial flight, this shift in behavior had a deadly cost. The researchers estimated that in the year following 9/11, the security hassle led to approximately 1,200 additional traffic fatalities on U.S. highways. The performative theater of the checkpoint was literally killing people on the road. If a hotel wants to make money, they keep you relaxed, but an airport must first stress you out before they can sell you comfort. Immediately after you escape the security scanners, you enter an area that airport architects officially call the recomposure zone. This is a dedicated, spacious area designed with mirrors, benches, and soft lighting. Its sole purpose is to allow your heart rate to drop and restore your sense of agency. It is a physical reset button. The designers know that as long as you are in survival mode, clutching your unbuckled belt and holding your shoes, you will not spend money. By giving you a space to put yourself back together, the airport transitions your brain from alert mode to relaxed consumer mode. And the moment you step out of the recomposure zone, the commercial trap begins. Airports do not make their primary profits from flights. They make it from non-aeronautical revenue, namely retail and restaurants. To maximize this revenue, modern terminals use a walk-through loop design. This is a winding, serpentine path that forces you to walk directly through the center of the duty-free shop to reach the gates. There is no shortcut. This architectural design has been shown to significantly increase retail revenue per passenger. To make it even more effective, the loop is designed with a left-hand bias. Many of these serpentine pathways are designed to curve gently to the left, routing you in a counterclockwise direction. Because the vast majority of humans are right-handed, we naturally look to the right as we navigate a curve. By bending the path to the left, the airport structures the environment so that the most expensive, high-margin items are placed directly in your dominant right-hand field of view. As you navigate this consumer maze, the airport also uses the texture of the floor to influence your walking speed. According to terminal design theory, this floor transition is no accident. In the high-traffic transit corridors, you walk on hard, noisy terrazzo or ceramic tiles. The loud clatter of your suitcase wheels and the echo of footsteps create a subconscious urge to move quickly, preventing bottlenecks. But the moment you reach the retail shops and the gate lounges, the floor transitions to thick, soft carpet. The carpet absorbs sound, slows the wheels of your luggage, and signals your body to slow down, relax, and browse. But despite these attempts to calm you, the physical structure of the journey is constantly squeezing you. The airport journey is designed like an hourglass, constantly compressing and expanding. You go from a wide check-in lobby to a narrow security lane, then expand into a wide, duty-free zone, only to be compressed again into a narrow boarding gate and a tight airplane seat. This physical compression of crowds causes spatial crowding, triggering evolutionary territorial aggression. As you stand in these bottlenecks, your brain is fighting for physical space, raising your baseline stress level before you even board the plane. This spatial anxiety explains the strange behavior of the gate lice. This is the non-formal term used by gate agents to describe passengers who crowd the boarding area long before their zone is called. United Airlines even publicly addressed this behavior, implementing new lane structures to combat it. On the surface, standing at the gate for 20 minutes when you have an assigned seat seems completely irrational. But psychologically, it is a rational response to a system of zero control. Because passengers have had their agency stripped for hours, standing at the gate gives them a physical illusion of progress. It satisfies their competitive instinct to secure overhead bin space, the last remaining resource they can control. The crowd at the gate is a physical contagion of anxiety, and this anxiety is further amplified by the terminal's soundscape. Airport buildings are giant concrete and glass tubes that reflect high-frequency noises, the squeak of luggage wheels, the hiss of espresso machines, the metallic snap of bag buckles, and the echo of public announcements. This constant, high-frequency noise creates sensory overload, keeping your autonomic nervous system on high alert. Even the information you receive is designed to keep you off balance. According to the psychology of waiting, an unexplained wait feels far longer and more stressful than an explained wait. If the display board says, "Flight delayed 40 minutes," you can adjust your plans, buy a book, or sit down. But if the board simply reads, "Delayed awaiting information," your brain is trapped in a state of cognitive search. The lack of certain data forces you to check the screens every 3 minutes, focusing your attention entirely on the passage of time. This time spent in the airport is what economists call dead time, time that has zero productivity but high sunk cost. You arrived 3 hours early. You paid $20 for parking. You bought a $9 water. You spent your energy navigating the crowd. When a flight is delayed by just 10 minutes at the gate, your brain does not register it as a minor 10-minute delay. It adds those 10 minutes to the accumulated 3 hours of stress and financial cost. The transaction feels unfair. The cost of the journey has expanded, while the value remains the same. triggering a flash of disproportionate anger. And you are trapped. Unlike a store where you can walk out if the service is bad, the airport is a physical trap. The ticket is paid, the baggage is checked, and the alternative is gone. This feeling of entrapment is emphasized by the architecture of departure versus arrival. When you are departing, the terminal features giant glass windows looking out at the sky and the tarmac. Environmental psychology shows that visual access to the horizon and natural light reduces claustrophobia and lowers heart rates. It keeps the target, the plane and the sky, visible, making the wait feel purposeful. But when you arrive, the architecture changes. Baggage claim areas are typically located in sterile, low-ceilinged, windowless basements. Once you have landed, you are no longer a departing customer who might spend money. You are a logistics problem that needs to be cleared. It is often theorized that this bleak design acts as a deliberate friction point, designed to encourage you to grab your bag and leave the building as quickly as possible to prevent terminal congestion. The next time you find yourself standing at a gate, clutching an overpriced bottle of water, glaring at a broken charging port, and feeling like you are about to lose your mind, take a deep breath. You are not going crazy. You are simply reacting to a highly engineered space. A space designed to strip your agency, exploit your attention, stress your biology, and funnel your wallet. The airport is doing exactly what it was built to do. And your plane is still awaiting further information. If you want to understand more about the hidden systems of daily life, subscribe. Because next time, we'll look at an institutional labyrinth we've all been lost in, and the calculated reason why the system wants you to give up.